Have reform peaked? Good morning, I hope everyone's well today. Thank you for watching as always, it is appreciated. Have Reform UK peaked? As a Reform UK voter, a Restore Britain member, I want to give my opinion on what's going on currently, and then we can have a look and I'll give you my take later in the video. When Reform UK first started out, they were an outsider and they were polling about 10% before the general election in 2024. And then Nigel Farage came back and they won a few seats in the last parliament. In about September last year, 2025, they were polling at about, well, you can see there, they were going to get over 450 seats in the next parliament, a majority of 264. And now, if you look at it here, they're looking to get 254 MPs if a general election was held tomorrow. What's changed? That's what we need to think about here. Now, inevitably, they are still going to do pretty well in the elections this year, the local elections in England and Wales. They may do well in Wales, and they may do well in Scotland as well. I think that's lack of another option. They've made a series of catastrophic errors, in my opinion, as somebody sympathetic, desperately sympathetic to the grassroots of Reform UK. I will continue to defend them because I'm one of them, alright? Give me something to believe in, give me something to vote for, and I'll back you to the hill. If you dilly-dally, if you flip-flop, and you betray your base, then there's nothing down for you in my particular view. Let me get onto this particular guy. This is the latest defector to Reform UK from Labour. His name is Aaron Roy. Apparently he's of Indian descent and he's been in the UK less than a decade. This defection was in the news and has annoyed a lot of people online. Let's just see now. He came from India to the UK, settled in Hartlepool in 2020, just before the COVID-19 pandemic. In the same year, he founded a Mariners United BAME football club with specifically an aim of integrating the fragmented Indian community, particularly students and other people. Sounds good. Alright, that sounds good on paper. But it also sounds very DEI, very anti-white, very anti-native British. And again, we're electing people of foreign descent into positions of authority and power in the UK. In my opinion, this is the exact opposite of what we thought Reform UK was going to be to begin with. Is this racism? I don't think it is. I think it's about wanting to be effectively represented by your peers in your parliament. This is not racist any more than it would be if people had a problem with me standing for Parliament in Pakistan or India. The thing is, we offer dual nationality to many people from across the globe. Other countries don't do this. The country that this guy is from, for example, Aaron Roy, India, I could move to India tomorrow. I would have to, if I wanted to get an Indian passport, I would have to renounce my British citizenship and swear allegiance solely to India. These people don't have to do that when they get British passports. They don't have to renounce previous nationalities. Now I want to play a clip. This is from Bradford about 50 years ago, alright, in the 1970s. So before mass migration and before the generation in the video clip knew how bad it was going to get and how quickly it was going to get that way. So I'm going to play the clip now.
Can't go into the locals anymore. They're full up with noisy foreigners, and we don't like it. We haven't got a place left where we, the English people, can go and enjoy ourselves in this town.
After going through 2 world wars, we should at least have the dignity of being allowed to live with our own kind. With no room, with no jobs, and our poor lads are fighting in Ireland while our own country's being invaded.
I mean, the situation we've got now is that you can't find jobs, accommodation in your own towns. I don't come from Bradford. I'm here today to support the Bradford people.
This was 50 years ago, and these people are up in arms about limited migration from the Windrush generation. Can you imagine what their descendants have to put up with and what we have to put up with now? tens of thousands upon hundreds of thousands upon millions of foreigners that we didn't consent to being in Britain, and they're outcompeting the native British population. If Reform was serious about countering this, why are they putting so many people of foreign descent in positions of power within the party? Even the logo, Reform will fix it. Alright, this is a play on Jim will fix it. That's Jimmy Savile from the BBC. Alright? Everything about Reform's decisions in the past year also seems to be coding to establishment and legacy media that they are just the same as everybody else. This is why a lot of people are going to restore Britain, and a lot of people have lost faith in Reform UK, because they may say the right things, they may even play on a few heartstrings, but they don't seem to be a serious party in any meaningful way. This is just my opinion. You can comment below if you think I'm right or wrong on this. I hope I'm being fair.
Because they've been left out, they don't get to say what's going on. They're pushed up here, people are, the coloured people. They put it into an overcrowded situation, and it's just leaving chaos behind.
I'm a Scotsman. I'm living in London. I've come all the way from London, but I'm a Britisher. And I am here, and I feel there is a great problem here in Bradford. I'm not a politician. I'm a working class man. I'm a member of the British public. I spent 11 and a half years in the British forces. I spent it in the Airborne and the SAS, and I'm here now marching for these people. Because to me, we have been sold out all the way along the line by Heath, Wilson and everybody else. And I am not a politician, and I don't want to be interested in politics. Just a member of British politics, British public. That's all. There's too many people in the country. They keep letting these immigrants in. Knowing very well that the mass majority of the British people are against it.
That's completely correct. Even in the 70s we were against immigration, and it was in the tens of thousands back then. We were against it then, and we're against it now. And these are people from generations prior to us.
We've got enough in Bradford, let's keep them out. We've got enough here. We've got enough over it.
So we'll leave that there. Now there's a lot of people online that are saying what I'm saying here, but they're not as polite as I am being. We've got this one from Georgina. She's basically saying by taking in all of these failed politicians from either Labour or the Tories, Reform UK doesn't really stand for anything. It probably doesn't even want to be elected, and they have zero integrity. I was on the train of thought that you need to play to the centre a little bit if you're a Reform UK, and I stress a little bit. Okay, nothing too extreme. That was my position. That changed. That's fundamentally changed in the past year, because literally I can't think of a single right decision that Reform UK have made in the past 12 months, and it all started to go badly wrong when they ejected Rupert Lowe. All of the ground momentum evaporated, and the footfall in my particular branch went down 50% from the January meeting to the February meeting in my local area for Reform UK, because the hope, the zeal that the grassroots had to get change in the country evaporated when they got rid of their best MP. Now there are a lot of Restore branches setting up all over the country currently. They're not going to be in a position to contest any major elections this year, but that'll change next year and the year after. You let me know, is the decline in Reform UK real? Is it stalling on purpose? Is this by design? Are they going to get in the next election? Have Restore Britain got enough time to put everything in motion that they need to? Me personally, I think they can do it. That's my view. Pragmatically, who are you going to vote for this year, and who are you going to vote for in the next few years? No wrong answer. All opinions are valid. Now, I hope I've given you something to think about. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, give me a like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. You have a good day. Thank you as always.